Welcome back to my channel. In this series, I'm reviewing Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Keep in mind this is the updated and revised version for the 21st century. Today, we're exploring Chapter 2, which is called Desire, the starting point of all achievement. This is also the first step to riches. So, grab your notebooks and let's get started. Last time, we went over Chapter 1, which you should go check out if you haven't already. When Edwin C. Barnes got off the freight train in Orange, New Jersey, he might have looked like an ordinary tramp, but his thoughts were those of a king. His mind was hard at work on his way to Edison's laboratory. He saw himself standing in Edison's presence. He heard himself asking Edison for an opportunity to carry out the one obsession consuming his life. Barnes' desire was not a hope, nor was it a wish. It was a keen, pulsating desire which transcended into everything else. It was definite. Fast forward a few years, when Barnes stood before Edison yet again, in the same office where he first met the inventor. This time, however, his desire had been translated into reality. He was in business with Edison. The dominating dream he had was now a reality. Today, people who know Barnes envy him because of the lucky break life yelled at him. They see him in the days of triumph without taking any trouble to investigate the cause of success. Barnes succeeded, not out of luck, but because he chose a definite goal and he placed all of his energy and all of his willpower working towards it. In this chapter, there were two small stories that I think are quite valuable, which I will now read. The first one is of Ray Kroc. Ray Kroc is another good example of someone who made his dream come true. Kroc was a salesman of milkshake mixers. Most of his customers, restaurants and diners, purchased 1 or 2 units. When he received an order for 8 mixers from a small outlet in San Bernardino, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, California, he decided to visit them to see how they could sell so many shakes. It was the busiest restaurant he had ever seen. The owners, the McDonald brothers, offered a very limited menu. Hamburgers, cheeseburgers, french fries, shakes, and soft drinks, all the lowest price in the area. Kroc saw an opportunity. If he could open a chain of these restaurants, each as productive and profitable as this, money would flow in. He proposed the idea to the McDonald's brothers and agreed to implement it. Within a few years, McDonald's not only became the top-selling food outlet in the country, but created the fast food industry. Kroc later bought out the McDonald's brothers and expanded the business into an international phenomenon, making him one of the richest men of his time. Before we hear the next story, I've made a free Discord community group in which I provide immense value. If you're interested in joining, the link is in the description and it's in my bio. And now, back to the video. The next story is of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger is another person who converted his desire into action and achievement. He first came to the public eye as Mr. Universe, a glorified weightlifter. But Schwarzenegger was not a typical muscle man. He was a man with dreams and goals. He achieved them by becoming a wealthy businessman, one of the highest paid movie stars, and eventually governor of California. Born and raised in Austria, as a child, he began training as a weightlifter. At 18, he won his first bodybuilding contest and the first of 5 Mr. Universe titles. He immigrated to the United States and continued winning similar contests. Although he had accomplished more than any other person in the art of bodybuilding, it was no longer a challenge. He sought other areas where he could use his talents. His training in physical development taught him that there was a need for knowledge about physical fitness. He had the knowledge, and he wanted to share. He wrote an autobiography, Arnold, The Education of a Bodybuilder, which became a bestseller. He followed with a book on bodybuilding for women, showing female readers how to use their weight training to get in shape. This led to the creation of a mail-order exercise business and a company to produce bodybuilding events. These businesses started him on the road to business success. His next goal was to become a movie star. Even before he had secured his first movie role, he set himself a goal to be as big as the movies as he was in bodybuilding. After turning down minor roles, his persistence paid off when he was cast as the lead in Conan the Barbarian. This led to a series of action films that made him one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood. Success in the movies did not make Schwarzenegger complacent. He set new goals for himself, this time in the world of business. He invested in real estate, created a restaurant chain, and became actively involved in other enterprises and became a multimillionaire. As his success mounted, however, he added what became his dream goal: to serve the community. He traveled around the country to promote youth and fitness for youth. He went to inner cities and inspired kids to eschew violence and crime and say no to drugs, guns, gangs, and yes to education. He's taken an active leadership in several organizations dedicated to physical fitness and health. In 2003, Schwarzenegger threw his hat in the ring and was overwhelmingly elected governor of California. You can learn much from this man. In setting your goals, you are not limited to one area. Schwarzenegger could have limited his future to bodybuilding and become quite successful, but he dreamed of much more, set higher goals, and strove to reach them. He learned from his successes and adapted this knowledge in other aspects of his life. Like Schwarzenegger, do not be discouraged by criticism. Critics belittled his acting ability in his first films, but he was not dissuaded and pursued his goal to become one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood. In Chapter 1, Hill also mentions 6 steps that I think are incredibly important. 1. In your mind, fix the exact amount of money you desire, exactly how you want it. Examples like, I want $200,000 in real estate, crypto, stocks, etc. It is not sufficient to say, I want plenty of money, because, it's not sufficient. 2. Determine exactly what you intend to give in return for the money you desire. There is no such reality as something for nothing. 3 is establish a definite date in which you intend to possess the money you desire. 4. Create a definite plan for carrying out this plan, and start now, whether you are busy or not. The reason for this is because if you start when you are busy, you can easily do it when you aren't busy. 5 is write out a clear, concise statement of the amount of money you desire. Name the time limit for its acquisition, state what you intend to give in return for the money, and describe clearly the plan through which you intend to accumulate it. 6. Read your written statement aloud twice a day, once before going to sleep each night, and once when you wake up in the morning. As you read, see and feel and believe yourself already in possession of the money. And with that pretty much sums it up. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss Chapter 3, and I'll see you all next video.